Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Chapman's Corner podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Harris. Here with me, as always, is Kane Chapman Kenny. How are we, mate?
I'm good, mate. Glad to get back into the SRL season. I'm excited for it. What about yourself? How are you?
I'm pretty good, pretty excited, pretty happy after that first round. Not sure if you are.
Yeah.
Um, it's been a long time between drinks. I think what the last episode we did was like round three last season, so like 6 months ago.
Yeah, then somebody wanted to have a break.
We can all have breaks. I was getting cleaned up by work. Was busy, tired all the time, didn't have much time to do it, but now I have a little bit more time for the time being, so we can get back into it.
Sounds good.
All right, so yeah, with introduction, is not actually complete yet because we got to make another disclaimer because it's been a while.
Oh, yes.
Anything we say or do is a joke. We are the jokes. Our parents are comedians. In saying that, we will not tread the line anymore, considering what happened. Um, I know we are good at treading the line because Kane, you did it just yesterday with a whole little
I don't believe I did anything.
offering a player and all that stuff. Anyways,
No, just misunderstandings.
yeah, that's all it was. It was a misunderstanding, just like mine was. But that's behind us. But in saying that, we're going to be a bit more tame with that sort of stuff. We won't ever get close to that line again, unless we are okay. That's the closest to a bad joke like that I will make. All right, let's get straight into things. We'll get the recap of round one, and we'll go in order. And it's good that we get this one out of the way. Roosters versus the Seagulls, 36-12. What were your thoughts on that game?
Well, it was good first half.
Yes,
That's all I want to say.
honestly, yeah, it was a close first half. I was, as a captain, pretty frustrated that like after every try we scored, we just basically immediately made an error. Um, However, right at the end of that first half, I think it was like the 39th minute, kick
Yeah, shut
return,
up.
Marshall Edwards straight under the post, and that kind of set the tone for the second half. Um,
Yeah.
like your side, like rookies aside, like you got what 10 of them.
Yep.
Well, what I think
10
happened
rookies.
there, what I think happened there is the rookies just couldn't keep up. They're fresh. They just had their first game of SRL and they couldn't keep up with the intensity of it. So soon
I
as
don't even think it was just that. Their fullback did nothing.
we will get into that a little bit later, won't we? um, um,
Yeah. And I will also say there was a lot of mistakes with the lineup as well on my behalf.
yeah. So
It wasn't the intended lineup that was meant to go out, but I didn't realize the deadline date for team lists had changed to Wednesdays from Friday, so I had a second to quickly change it and then
it's
realized I couldn't play certain people in certain positions.
it's not like all the captains were tagged in the chat being told.
Yeah, I was not active for a long time, and you know why.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, so that round one was definitely all on me, not my team.
Yeah,
I know they're better than that.
yeah, I know they're better than that too. I think he's really lacked that big middle forward playing at lock. First name Matthew, last
Nah,
last name
I've got that
pretty
covered
much
this round.
Naris. You know.
I've got that covered this round, mate.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Goodwin's at 13, isn't he?
Yeah, he's my 13.
Yeah, but like Goodwin's great and all, but he's no Matthew Harris.
We're about to find out, aren't we?
Well, I already know, but yeah. Um,
We'll see.
I will go on to like a more of a Roosters evaluation here as the captain. Our defense left a lot to be desired, which, as everybody knows, that's my mindset when playing footy. Is you, defense wins you games. Scoring points is nice to watch and all that, but at the end of the day, you don't want to be leaking points. Yes, we only leaked 12, but we conceded 29 line breaks. So that's got to be cleaned up by next week. Um, and yeah, other than that, like special mentions
Should
to
have. It
Rika.
should have been 3 tries though.
Yeah, and we should have had an extra one.
Yeah, I'm not denying it.
Yeah, George got robbed, son.
Yeah, so did Taylor.
You're just gonna ignore that joke. Screw you.
Yeah,
Yeah. um, but yeah, special mentions to Raika Manu. That was an outstanding first game in Roosters colours. It was quite fitting that Manu scored our first try. Um, um, Milo Carrigan, outstanding game, scored 2 tries in 10 minutes in the second half. And yeah, our wingers too, but he not even so much the attack, but just defending the high bombs and all that stuff. The kick returns was just really good.
yeah, for sure.
And for you boys, Rex Buckingham.
Yeah, he was a bloody shining light. And in the first half, our Matungi was a shining light too. He was carving up in the centres.
Yeah, like
I thought
the
our
only centre to make
middle
a run.
forwards were very strong in the first 40. Oh, I think a lot of the rookies really stepped up in that first 40 minutes, showed that they've got some heart and that they can pretty much do anything. We just got to be able to put in an 80-minute performance.
They got heart, but they don't got the gas.
That'll come with experience.
Exactly. So you just stick tough. You know, stay under the good tutelage of Kane, and use it go big. You know.
Yeah.
All right, let's. Oh wait, the 3-2-1s. I almost forgot about that.
Mhm.
Well, my 3-2-1, which I did before the Sim VP votes came out, but it's the same. It's Rika 3, myself 2, Rex 1.
I
And
went with Rika 3, Rex 2, Harris 1 as well.
yeah, that's just a bit of bias in there. Bloody arsehole.
But I just think he played better than you.
No. Anyways, on to the Panthers versus Cowboys, and I'm going to be real with you. I wasn't able to watch this game, but you watched some of it, right, Ken?
I watched 30, 40 minutes of it.
That's more than me. You want to take the lead on this one?
I don't know too much about it still.
Uh,
I should have went back and rewatched it.
we
But
really should have prepped for this.
I've watched pretty much every other game. But when I was watching, I noticed Ralph was really good for the Panthers.
Yeah, he broke the tackles in a game record.
Tackles in a game record, yep.
Yeah, 39
Um,
tackles.
I thought Cahill just absolutely smashed it.
It's
And Dingo was also very good. Or Carl, sorry. And Dingo was very good.
When isn't Dingo good? Except for like when he plays for the Blues, I guess.
When he played for Rabbits in a grand final, maybe.
I mean, he was like their only player. But anyways, let's not talk about the season 2 grand final again.
But yeah, it was a good game from what I was watching. It was entertaining. Panthers showed a lot of heart, but Cowboys just showed all class in the end.
Yeah, I don't think the Cowboys were ever in doubt. They kind of embarrassed them a little bit.
They're my them and Raiders are like my top two
Oh,
for
thanks.
where I think they're going to go this year.
Thanks.
Well, you can piss off.
Like, we're good.
Nah, you and your Manly V2 can stay over there.
Hey, we're the Roosters. We're the real bird gang.
Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, I thought Panthers Cowboys were very good, and my 3-2-1s, I had Carl with 3, Ralph at 2, and Dingo with 1.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's not like you just copied me because I watched some of it and you didn't.
I actually wrote mine down first, if you recall, when we were doing our preparations. But
I don't actually
fuck
recall
you.
that.
Of course you don't recall. It's always you. Anyways, the Warriors versus
The Rabbitohs.
this season's Wooden Spooners, maybe.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Yeah, you can't. Anyways, Warriors dominant early in that game. They lacked execution. I think they ended up scoring about 15 minutes in, but once they did score, the dam broke. They scored like two more quick tries after that. Um, Souths made a little bit of a comeback, but then Warriors just snuffed it out. It was honestly like for a Souths point of view, that's a awful watch. But as the Roosters captain, I was music to my ears watching that performance. What about you, Cam? What do you think of that game?
I thought it was a very good game. I thought Warriors put on a very strong display. Rabbits showed a bit of heart in the beginnings, but in the end just lacked the execution and discipline to really try to fight back into it. The Warriors just too much class for him.
See, as great as it is to see the Rabbits lose,
For me,
I
it's just great to see the Warriors win.
I don't want to see the Warriors get a big win because ego is a crazy thing. But time will tell. I know bloody Snako must be lapping it up. Same with Jai and Bunsey.
I bet.
But yeah, honestly, probably the best performer in my eyes, Jaden White.
Yeah, between him and McCartney, for sure.
Well, that will go straight into our 3-2-1s. We both had Jaden White. For
Yeah,
our twos, I had David Barner, you had McCartney. My one
yeah.
was Patrick Corcoran, solely based on that defensive performance. I really liked his defense there. And then you had David Barner at one.
Yes, I did. Yep.
Um, then we'll go into the Raiders versus the Eels, and the Eels, they had like a little 10-15 minute period where they gave Raiders a bit of a scare, but the end of it, Raiders were just too good. Welcome back, Jack O'Neill.
You have been missed, my good sir.
Like you came back and you came back in style, mate. What was it? 4 try assists to try 3 40-20s. That's fucked.
If that doesn't go down as the single best performance for a player in a game this season, I will be very shocked.
And this is round one.
I know.
Um, See, I've been on the receiving end of copying constant 40-20s in a game. It's not fun. It's not fun at all.
Yep. Try being the winger trying to stop him. It ain't great.
Yeah, the problem is your fat ass can't get back there in time.
That's rich.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is that your quote still? Is that your saying?
Yep.
Yep. Gonna accept that one. Anyways. Um, but yeah, bloody Jack O'Neill's kicking just on fire. Then obviously Eli Barnes at the back just doing what he does. Like he started this season like he finished last, just dominating everyone.
Just on another level.
Like he scored 3 tries, but I still feel like he left 2 on the park. Like
Knowing him, he left another 5 on the park.
yeah, 100%. Timothy, he was good as usual. He never has
So
a bad
strong through
game.
the middle.
Never has a bad game. Him. And yeah, it's just I want to see the Eels do better.
So do I.
Like I got a soft spot for them. They're going through a tough time. They lost one of their best players in the off season.
Oh, really?
They're about to part ways with Cherry as well.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's news to me.
Yeah, it's a bit of a training ethics kind of thing. He's just not
Oh.
putting in the work. But yeah, 3-2-1s. I think our threes and twos are pretty much the same. Jack O'Neill 3, Eli Barnes 2.
Yep.
And then I went with Jordan Lewis for the 1 point. You went with Tim James, didn't you?
I went with Timothy.
How do they say it? Timmy!
Come on.
Now that's a South Park joke we can make.
Yeah, not the other one.
Anyways, we should
Wait,
move
wait,
on
wait,
to no, no.
Hear that, Mahana?
Oh
We're
my God.
being good.
I feel like the fact that we're even glossing over it is like we're probably going to be like, hey, Don't do that. Speaking of Moana, though, Bulldogs
Well,
versus the Knights. Um, Early on, it was kind of shaky from both sides, I would think. But then just enter Tatara Maxwell. He just, it was
I
just,
didn't know he'd be that bloody good, eh?
I had a
Well,
feeling.
straight up.
Because like I've done my test. I had a trial match against him, and he did good there too. And I'm just like, yeah, I expected this. Didn't expect 4 tries, but Tatara Maxwell 4 tries. There were good signs from the Knights, but they were too inconsistent, lacked the execution. Dom Ponkston, honestly, he was carrying his team, carrying his town on his back. He's trying his hardest. He kind of just needs his team to rally around him. But yeah, Knights, I reckon they'll come good, but there's going to be a bit of a teething process in the whole situation.
Yeah. In Bulldogs' first game, I thought they were very strong. I thought it was very good signs for them early. And they've kicked off the season, well, with the most points, oh no, second most points scored by a team this week. It was a very good start by them Knights. It's only early days. You managed to score 28 points, so you've definitely got the attack aspect there. You just need to work on the defensive area of your game, and you'll be perfectly fine. I see you're doing all right this season too.
Okay, so what we want you, instead of being like a security gate at a train station where everyone's just going to go through it, you become a security gate at a Coles where you can't get through that shit. You got to pay first, you know. Is that an accurate analogy?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, sweet, sweet. I was just talking from my ass. I don't even know.
Yeah, see, I'm not gonna lie. My lunch arrived, and I'm chowing down a schnitzel sub right now. So I'm just zoning out here and there.
Classic, you fat piece of. Anyways,
It's a mini. Leave me alone.
Broncos v Titans. Very, very scrappy. I'm pretty sure that in the first 10 minutes there was like one completed set between both teams. Which is just not what you want. Especially Titans just coming in. You don't want to be starting off your endeavours in the SRL like that. However, they came good. The game was back and forth all game. It was a good game to watch after the first 10 minutes. Um, the only time that it was a bit one-sided, I think it was like the first 10 minutes of the second half and like the last minute of the first, where Titans scored 3 of their 4 tries. Um, and in the
Yeah.
end, that's what ultimately won the game for them. Another big reason they won was their goal line defense. Like, they were making a lot of errors, giving Broncos so many opportunities, but they turned them away on almost every occasion. And honestly, I'm looking forward to versing that next week.
Yeah, I thought they showed a lot of heart as well.
Like it'd be good to
Thought
be
they were
able
very
to.
good on their line and everything like that with their defense. Even though they kept making mistakes, but they managed to keep turning them away, which was very strong signs of it.
Yeah, it'd be good to verse a team that can defend. See where we're really at.
Well, we defended in the first half, and we've seen how well you went there.
Also, to the other Manly boys, that's just strictly to get a rise out of Kane. No disrespect to you boys, I love you.
Oh, trust me, You don't even realize the crap he's been saying to me before we even started this stream, and even after the game.
When we're on the Xbox parties too.
I swear, I'm gonna be open with you boys. Me and Matthew haven't talked in a very long time, and of course, Roosters beat Manly. Starts talking to me again, and here it all comes back.
So it wasn't done on purpose, I swear. Well, wasn't it just yesterday, bloody, you were in a party with, like, myself, Daniel Punch, Kyle Lewis. Yeah, you were kind of outnumbered there.
Yeah, it was just like me getting gangbanged, to be honest.
That's what we did to your team on Monday.
Yep.
Anyways, 3-2-1s for the Titans Broncos. Very tough to pick in this one because there was no standout, so I kind of just threw a dart at a piece of paper kind of thing. But I went Liam Ryan 3, Dylan Sharp 2, Ash Crutcher 1. What did you go?
I went Ryan 3, Kelly 2, and Sharp 1.
Fair enough. I think we've spoken enough about that one. We'll go on to the Storm versus the Sharks, which also I wasn't able to watch this one because I was too busy eating like 3 racks of ribs.
And
Uh,
he called me the fat fuck.
Ribs are healthier than whatever you're eating.
And mini schnitzel
Okay,
roll.
okay, alright, okay, fair enough. Carry on. You watch
Yeah.
this one, so you take the lead.
I thought it was a very strong game at the start. I thought Sharks just seemed like they were mostly always in the forward position compared to Storm. I felt like Storm didn't really get out of third gear. The Sharks just seemed to just cruise along, and their forwards and their backs just seemed a lot better than the Storms, which
Like Michael
I
Crimp,
was
right?
quite surprised. Michael Krim, bad out, mate. You smashed it. Absolutely killed it. Still wish you were back in Manly colours, but you absolutely killed it out there on the wing. I thought Marcus was extremely strong through the middle. Um, thought he had a hell of a game. It's the best game I've seen him play in a long time, so good on you. But overall, I just think Sharks, honestly, I wasn't sure how they'd go, especially against Storm, but yeah, they really held their own. I was very impressed by them. Look forward to seeing how they go next week and throughout the rest of the season. What about you?
Well, considering I didn't watch it, I just looked at the
I
stats
know,
here.
that's why I said it.
Um, um, I would say Drew Matthews, very good performance defensively at the very least. First game in SRL, hell yeah, bro. 30 tackles, 0 misses. I think he got a try assist
Amazing
as well.
that you just read the score sheet and the stats, eh?
If you notice, I admitted to not watching the game before we even started this one. Okay.
Hell of a game, then continues to read off the stat sheet.
But yeah, our 3-2-1s were exactly the same. Luke Malkus 3, Michael Crimp 2, Drew Matthews 1.
Yes,
That
very good ideas.
we've actually gotten through all of the games, and we did that pretty quickly. Probably quicker than last season when there was only 5 games to do.
Yeah, it's a bit odd from us.
Yeah, we've done that in 20 minutes.
Yeah, usually we're like at the 40th minute by now.
All right, so instead of calling it champ and chump, we have the moment of the week and we have the don't look moment of the week. Um, we already touched on it a bit before, but moment of the week, hands down, Jack O'Neill's return. I said the stats before: 4 try assists to try, 340-20s, 233 meters kicked. Just he's been out of the SRL for over a season. You know, he came in back in through the mines, but you know, it's nothing like the intensity of the SRL, and just he looks like he hasn't missed a step. He's been here the whole time, and yeah, so he earns our moment of the week.
Yeah, it looks like while he was gone in retirement, he didn't stop working on his craft. It looks like he's just gotten better. Didn't think it was possible, but he's gotten better.
And then on the opposite side of that, we have don't look moment of the week, which is Kane's performance. Um, I didn't even bother getting the stats up because there isn't really many stats to show because there wasn't any. Um, just
Oh, it was like 90 something meters. I think there was a missed tackle, penalty. Very bad statistics.
like the way I look at it, it's very hard for a team full of rookies to get up if the captain isn't even doing it. You got to lead by example. Show the rookies how to do it. Once you start performing a bit better, bloody, you'll see the rookies starting to get a bit more confidence.
Yep, couldn't agree more.
Yeah, and I think you listened to my call to put you in the halves, and now I'm taking you at fullback.
That was one of my ideas anyway for round one, but I just didn't really have time to do everything.
All right. Anyways, now we'll go on to our team of the week, which we've agreed on together. We have Eli Barnes at fullback. Who else? We got Michael Crimp and Dylan Sharp on the wings. We have Thomas Usher and Tyler Amatangi in the centers. Very hard to pick centers. Most centers do nothing, but these centers did something. Um, Our halves are Jack O'Neill and Jai McCartney, with Jack O'Neill being our captain, as in the best player of the round. Our props are Luke Malkus, Casey Namana. Our hooker is none other than Jimmy Ralph. Back rows, David Barner and Jamal Kasakau, with our 13 being Thomas Wallace. On our bench, there's no set rule for the bench, it's just good players but weren't the best in their position. We have, I bloody couldn't find where I was up to. We got Jordan Lewis, Jack Carl, Tatara Maxwell, and Raika Manu. Yeah, good team list, eh?
I think it was the best team list we could have put together from performances. Centers were a bit hard with one of them
Oh, really?
because I do think Usher was very good. Almatangi was, yeah, he had a good 40 minutes.
So I realise, like, because I don't like to talk myself up much, unless I'm like taking the piss. I could have put myself at 14 instead of Lewis because we had pretty similar games.
See, I was waiting for you to pick yourself, to be honest.
I am only cocky in jest. You know this. Anyways, let's move on to the reviews. Now, keep in mind, like, I have the memory of a goldfish, so I've probably wrote like no changes or whatever, but you probably have made changes, and I've just unable to recognize that. So apologies in advance. The main stuff I recognized was bloody signings. We have a bunch of new players coming in. So let's start with the Bulldogs versus the Cowboys. If the Manly Roosters game wasn't a spite match for a new club stealing an old club's players, um, this one's going to take the cake.
I mean, Cowboys stole a couple of man players too, including my original vice captain.
Yeah, and Bulldogs stole half of the Cowboys team.
Alright, continue.
So I didn't see any notable changes for the Cowboys. With the Bulldogs, I think the only change I seen was Tavita V. I'm not going to attempt to say your last name. Do not want to butcher it. So he's debuting off the bench in 17. How do you think this match is going to play out?
I think it's going to be a very entertaining match with the young Bulls and the old Bulls here.
And don't forget the Bull and Chris Lord.
He's the bloody raging Bull, mate. He's the Gordon Tallis of the NRL. I swear to God. I reckon it's going to be a very defensive game, but I reckon Cowboys are going to come out on top in the end. I reckon their experience and their leadership would just be just too much for Bulldogs to handle.
Agreed. I reckon the Raging Bull Chris Lord's got a real handle on those MVP trophies by the collar, I reckon.
Oh, definitely.
Anyway, so speaking of, my man of the match prediction is Chris Lord, while I reckon the score will be 19-18 Cowboys.
Oh, I've got Chris Lord as the MVP too, but I've got Cowboys 24-18.
Fair enough. So we're going to get through these reviews quickly because I haven't wrote fuck all in these. Game 2, we have Titans v Roosters. No notable changes from the Titans that I could see. Roosters, we swapped our centres around. And the big one is Blair Curtin getting his first start after some off-field shenanigans. Shenanigans, yeah. But yeah, should be an absolute hell of a game. I cannot wait to test ourselves against that goal line D of the Titans. I just have this sneaking suspicion Liam Ryan's going to have a hell of a game. I don't know if that's my PTSD talking, because I've never versed Ryan at fullback where he hasn't had a hell of a game, and I've been stepped like 4 times alone. But yeah, bloody my man of the match prediction is Blair Curtin, with us winning 24-22.
I've got Rakamani as man of the match,
Yes?
and I've got Roosters 30-16.
You have a lot of faith in us.
I think it's going to be a very close first half, and News are just going to blow out in the second half towards the late 15 minutes, I reckon.
So similar to what we did to use.
No, you just blew us out at the 39th minute onwards.
I said similar, not the same. So Titans are like a much better squad, so I feel like it's going to be close all throughout.
Yeah, Titans are a lot better squad, but if we were able to keep you like 12-12 for quite a while, and we have a very young side,
To be
I feel like yous were just for some reason struggled, but then he's clicked in the second half.
to be fair, in that
Especially with
first
Blair
half,
coming on, I think put a lot of structure into your line, and that's when you blew out. Now Blair's starting,
mm,
so I think he'll be the difference in the first half, starting for you this week.
oh, I agree. I feel like in that first half, we really wasn't that use kept us to 12. It's we kind of kept us to 12 because we made errors off the kickoffs, kept giving you opportunity after opportunity. We just weren't really getting into the groove. And then we got that kick return try, and then we're like, okay, we go into the sheds, we've just scored, we're on a high, and then I just click the boys into action. It's like, all right, pull the fingers out, let's go.
Yeah.
And I said that in our sheds at halftime too. I'm just like, yeah, this is what we got to work on. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Anyways, next game, the Raiders versus the Knights. No changes from either side I could see. Knights will need a massive improvement to even stay within striking distance of the Raiders, in my opinion. I want to say it's going to be a close game, but I don't think it will. What are your thoughts on this one? Stop eating.
See, I want. Well, no, I was having a drink of water actually.
Speaking of,
I want Knights to do better because I like the Knights. I like a lot of the people over there. Um, the Raiders, they're just too damn good. I don't want to say it, but because I feel bad for the Knights, but I think Raiders are just going to blow them out the park here in defense and attack. They after round one, they just seem like they're the total package, and they've definitely got the number one spine in the competition this season. And I think it's going to really prove to be a difference.
I know it's early, but do you think like signs of like season 3 Manly or?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they will go through the season undefeated.
I hope not. There's 13 rounds.
I reckon at this stage, there's one team I reckon could take it away from them, and that's Cowboys. But it's only been one round, but going off one round,
I got my hopes up. You were going to say Roosters.
it looks like Cowboys will go.
Like,
Oh nah,
surely we will be able to beat them. With the ref on our side, giving us,
I don't even think you pay the ref enough to be on your side.
making those 6 again calls.
But nah, I reckon Raiders will run away with it. I've got Raiders winning 42-12, and Jack O'Neill picking up the man of the match again.
So margin and man of the match the same, but I did 36-6.
Ah.
All right, next game, Sharks versus the Rabbits, which is a similar sort of story. Rabbits were abysmal. Sharks played well without being outstanding, but the Sharks play like how they did, or how I'm assuming they did. Um, then Rabbits won't stand a chance. However, a few changes with the Souths lineup.
Yep.
Velvet Thunder makes a return in the centres, which I don't think he's ever played. I think he only ever played on the wing for us. Was that when you were the captain? Making silly decisions?
Oh, I think he played 40 minutes at centre once.
Oh yeah, I think like we had him on the wing, swapped him to center with our center to give everyone a chance.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
we also have Shack Attack debuting off the bench. Can't can't
big.
say can't say I know who that is. I haven't seen him play, but if he's anything like Shaq, he will
Well,
attack quite well.
but yeah, good luck to you, fella, and hope you have a good start to your career. And welcome back, Mr. Velvet.
All I'm saying is, Malachi, I hope you talk as much shit about your own team now than you did when you were with us. That's all I'm saying.
I couldn't agree more. The worst part was we were bloody winning.
I know.
Uh, but
Anyways,
yeah,
so yeah, I can't see the Sharks losing this one. I've got man of the match MBT score 30-12.
oh really? I've got where is it? I've got Sharks 28-12, and I've also got NBT as man of the match.
See, it's like we've pre-planned our man of the matches and scores, but we really
Yeah,
haven't.
we have not spoke about any of our previews together
Yeah, we're
at
just
all.
we're just two halves of the same idiot. So we're just in sync without even realizing.
Yeah, I'm the fuckwit half, and he's the cunt half. Did
Like
you put a disclaimer? Oh yeah, you did. Okay. Just
what?
want to make sure there was. You said the disclaimer about there will be swearing involved in this.
Oh fuck yeah. We've
Okay.
sworn throughout. Like it's not like this is
I,
the first
I
time.
goldfish over here, man.
Yeah, I don't know about goldfish. More like a dory fish. I don't know the bloody actual name of them.
I've got an owl on my shoulder, friggin' Alzheimer's, mate.
That's it. Anyways, next game. This is your game. Warriors versus the Seagulls.
Oh, I
I
didn't
couldn't.
know that.
I couldn't see any changes to the Wars, but I'll let you run through the changes for Manly.
Well, you didn't prepare me for that.
You should know. You're the captain.
Yeah, but I like to have everything in front of me, and I thought you wrote all your stuff down. Alright, so off my brain, we've got Tyler's moved back to the fullback. We've got
Smart decision.
Ethan on the wing, pairing our new rookie Earl Ray Romano. In the centres, we've got Jamie Taylor, who is moving from wing to centre. We've got a new rookie, Pato, making his debut in the centres.
He was a
We've
Roosters
got
dev.
my Yes, he was. We've got myself and Oshaole pairing in the halves. We got Ben Punch has moved from lock to prop. Aaron Beckman retains his spot at 10. Rex stays in 9. Creed's moved from 12 to 11. King has moved from 11 to 12. Brad Goodwin's moved from prop to lock. And then on our bench, we've got the debutant Maverick Keller finally making his SRL debut. We've
What
got,
does the Rock say? Finally.
oh my god. And then we've got Kaylin Kelly on the bench again, Cruz Bontoff on the bench, and Tallis Turner has been dropped to the bench.
Good team list. Better than last week's. The only thing I'll say is you could have just said you swapped your second rowers. You said way too much for way too little there.
See, no, I realised that after I had
Yeah.
already said Billy. I was just like, why didn't I just say I swapped my second rowers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, considering the way the Warriors played, considering the way you's played, uh,
Hey,
I
to be
can't see you
fair,
boys winning.
hang on. To be fair, it was a very messed up lineup that myself screwed up,
You can't.
and we still managed to hold off for 40 minutes.
So here's the thing. Fuck you.
Mm.
Um, I still think you don't stand a chance, sadly, because I always want you. I want my former club to go good, not against my club, which they didn't, thankfully. But I want you. I'd be happy if you won every single one of your games from now on. Um, until you verse
The
us in the
finals.
finals. That's when I want you to lose again. But like the Warriors were just too good against South, although South were again abysmal. You guys, you showed your signs. You showed a bit of heart in the first half, but ran out of gas. You got new rookies coming in, which I'd say are probably better than the ones you got rid of.
Yeah, I actually 100% agree with that.
Um,
I really like these rookies that I've brought in.
yeah, like I like Pato. Like I signed him to a dev deal for a reason, but then seeing that devs were not going to be a thing anymore, I knew you needed outside backs. I immediately mentioned him to you. Like that was like the first player I told
Yeah,
you.
I will appreciate that you put me on his radar.
So yeah, I'm glad Pato's got a chance in the SRL.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, my man of the match is Hugh Snow, with the score being 34-18.
Well, we've matched each other on one thing.
The man of the match.
No, I got Manly with 18.
Ah, I'm
I
guessing like
got
a
Warriors at
46.
12.
Oh, you think he's gonna win?
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh, this is some fighting words.
Um, yeah, and I reckon Brad Goodwin's going to be the man of the match at lock.
Oh, is that because you think he's going to be better than me?
I think he's just going to be a superstar wherever he plays.
Um,
Whether it's in the front row, second row, or lock, he's going to be one of the best on the park.
he may be a superstar, but he ain't the machine.
Chris Lord?
No, Chris Lord's the bull. I'm the machine.
No, Chris Lord's everything. He's the immortal.
What was the saying? Our Lord and Savior, Jesus Chris.
Yep. It's been a while since we've heard that. That was back in the old chat when he was a part of it.
No, that was where I made that up when we were doing the podcast before.
Yeah, but I swear you had said that when he was at the club when
No,
he
I
was shining like a star.
no, I didn't.
Oh, my bad. Memory goldfish. Okay, we'll
Yeah,
move on to the Eels and Storm game now.
yes. So Evans is on the bench. Like I said before, training ethic. He's just not putting in the work, so he's been dropped.
Yeah,
If he keeps it up, I can see him being moved out of the club. Because at the end of the
yeah,
day, if you're not willing to put in the work, then you don't deserve to be in the team at all. Um, Storm are unchanged. Um, Storm did show some signs, but I feel like they were outclassed by the Sharks in the end.
yeah.
Which written this talking through my ass. I'm just assuming that's how it played out. um,
It was a good game at the start, but then yeah, Sharks ran away.
okay, so I'm guessing what I said is true then. Sweet. Then yeah, Eels, they had a good 15-minute period where they scored like 3 tries, but in the end, as a whole, they got dominated by the Raiders.
I mean, no surprise, it's the Raiders. So credit to the Eels for putting in an effort.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk any more good about the Raiders. Fuck them. Not jealous.
Uh,
We were the real Raiders, 2019. Fuckers.
anyways,
um, but yeah, honestly, it's kind of tough to pick. I reckon Storm will have a good game. Bloody Eels, I reckon they're going to fight, but I can't see them winning, sadly. I've gone 24-18, Storm, Corey Bell, man of the match.
oh,
Uh,
that's interesting.
that's your cue to give me yours.
Yeah. See, I didn't write a man of the match because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you probably should like come up with one now, eh?
Luke Short. There we go. Luke Short man of the match we'll go with. And I've actually gone Parramatta to win 18-6.
Fair. Just like your last prediction, I'm pretty sure that's going to be wrong.
Hope it's not.
All right, let's move on to the last game, which is the Broncos versus the Panthers. Um, Aidan Lawrence makes his debut in an otherwise unchanged lineup, and then we got Lightning McQueen finally getting his chance. He's gone straight in at 7 for Sione Matos, which I believe is the same situation as Cherry Evans. He's just not putting the work in at training. Um, but yeah, Broncos were clunky to say the least, and Panthers were embarrassed. Um, I wanna say it's gonna be a close game. Even though both teams lost, I just feel like Broncos have too much class, and they're not gonna keep losing. They're gonna bounce back from that loss against the Titans, who are a good side in themselves. And I feel like it's going to be a big score, and I reckon it's going to be like a 32-10. Eddie Oliver, man of the match.
Oh, I've uh, I've got Kelly as man of the match, and I think it's going to be a lot closer than your prediction. I think it's going to be 18-12 Broncos way.
Fair enough. From my experience, Broncos games tend to be high scoring, so I feel like it'll be a bit more than
Not
that.
when they versed us, it was always back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth, but high scoring.
Yeah, well, it's time for a change.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we didn't talk too much about that one, but it's not much more to say except for like go the Chooks.
Piss off.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really dabble on.
That's everything for this week. Up until next week.
It's been good. Let's hope we do more than 3 episodes this season.
Yeah,
Thank
you don't
thank.
stop it halfway through.
Sorry, I had work.
I was working too at the time.
Maybe. Anyways, take care, everybody. Good to be back.
Good to catch up with all of you. Hope you enjoy, and later, fuckers.
Go the Roosters. Fuck Manly.